Got the bravery, such a valid being. Got the recipe, I'm cooking up, I'm swimming at me. I've been pushing pillow niggas, busy politicking. I've been pushing big on my leg.
Good day, everyone. My government name is Aldrin Carls, but you can hit me up on Insta, Ellie Realist. Yeah, I stay in Colesburg. If there's anything else you need to know about me, just hit me up.
You mentioned the fact that you're a teacher, Abang.
Yeah.
So how long have you been teaching, and where are you situated at?
Yeah, well, I am currently situated in Loriville Intermediate School. I've been teaching for 5 years now.
So yeah, how does it feel being a teacher?
It feels amazing because you are building another person's future. You're building the next generation, a new generation. You are more than a teacher to these individuals.
I see. So why, as black people, we don't lift each other up?
Like, get a plan B, plan C, a plan D if you have to. But never give up on your dreams, because giving up on your dreams, it'll just make life unbearable for you, I think.
And you can hate, you can have jealousy, but your algorithm knows us. Your algorithm knows us. So
The conditions, they can be quite harsh, because there are people who don't respect you just because they have money. They're always gonna hate. They're always gonna say bad things. If you're gonna do good, they're gonna make sure there's something bad to say.
Hey, what's going on? But I go by the name Slim Ray, and vandaag's guest as always. But firstly, I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself.
Yo, what up, everybody? It is your boy Pablo Metapata, and welcome to another episode, The Truth Behind the Curtain. So, guys, we have a special guest, and we're gonna let him introduce himself.
Good day, everyone. My government name is Aldrin Carls, but you can hit me up on Insta, Ellie Realist. Yeah, I stay in Colesburg. If there's anything else you need to know about me, just hit me up.
Again, are you single? Are you single?
Yes, I am single. Actually, I am single. Yes.
So, ladies, hit him up on the DMs. Hit him up on the DMs. So, you mentioned the fact that you're a teacher, Abang.
Yeah.
So how long have you been teaching, and where are you situated at?
Yeah, well, I am currently situated in Loriville Intermediate School. I've been teaching for 5 years now. It's actually been quite an experience. I've taught at before I was a teacher, like permanently at Loriville. I started there. I was standing in for a teacher who was very sick, and then I moved to Warsko Kolsberg, and from there I went to Umtombo Wolwazi, and then I came back to Loriville. So it's been quite a journey, actually. Yeah.
So let's cut it back and go back to where you're teaching now, né? And are you did you study for teaching or what? And if you did, which institution were you in, and how long did it take you?
Yeah, so when I applied to the University of the Free State, or UOFS as we call it, or COFSIS or whatever, my first option was actually to become a lawyer, and my second option was becoming a teacher. But then I was like, but what if I'm not a good enough lawyer? What if I can't help my clients? And so I went with my second option, which was teaching, and then I actually saw, I'm starting to enjoy this. It's actually quite fun, because the teacher is the one who builds all professions, and I thought that I could make an impact, and I really enjoy it, actually. Yeah. So I finished my degree in 2021. Yeah, so and then I started teaching immediately.
How does it feel being a teacher?
It feels, what does it feel like, Ish? I actually haven't thought about it like that. It feels amazing because you are building the next generation. You are building, and
So yeah, how does it feel being a teacher?
it feels amazing because you are building another person's future. You're building the next generation, a new generation. You are more than a teacher to these individuals.
Yeah.
You're the teacher, you're the pastor, you're the nurse, you're the doctor, you're everything to these learners. And a lot of them, they always come back to you and they're like, your teacher, this and this happened, and then you have to comfort them. So you play a big role in all of these learners' lives, you see.
Yeah.
So it's actually amazing.
So in this community, most people are expecting good things from teachers. Like you have to
Yeah.
be innocent, you see. And what is your take on that? Like now you can't live your life. You have to act innocent. It's either when you're drinking, you have to hide. You see, things like that.
Yeah, I understand that completely. And in the beginning, when I started teaching, I was like, yo, I have to take things serious now. I can't drink in public. I can't be seen in taverns, like all those things. But as you mature, as you get older, you realize like this is my life. I know I have to set an example.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm sitting on my porch drinking a beer or whatever, smoking a cigarette or whatever. That is my life. That is my private life. Like it has nothing to do with them. I understand that I can't do those type of things at school because that's the working environment. I can't go drunk to school because that's the working space. And what example am I setting for these learners if I act in such a way that is unacceptable? You understand?
Yeah, I feel like that also applies to kids who their parents are teachers.
Yeah.
Because the community is expecting them to be some good what.
Yes.
Yeah. You see.
Yeah, it's like they put this in Afrikaans. We call it a brandmerk, where they expect you to act in a certain way because this is your status. For instance, you're a teacher's son or daughter, and now they expect you to be the smart learner. You know, it's like that thing. Yeah, so that's basically.
So
how
I
it
have
is.
one question.
Sure.
What are the disadvantages of being a teacher?
There are actually not as much disadvantages of being a teacher, but there's this new thing that was institutionalized, if I can use that word. It's called the Bella Law, or the Bella Act, rather, the Bella Act. And one of the key factors is that we as teachers, we can't like come into contact physically with learners. And it has become like something to think about because let's say a learner gets hurt. Very badly, and how are you as a teacher supposed to act in accordance to this learner? How do you treat this learner since you can't even like put your hand on their shoulder or something like that, you understand?
Yeah.
So it that is one of the advantages. You can't like physically interact with them these days because before I started teaching it was much better, I think, personally. And another disadvantage, I think, is the text, guys. Yes, I just want to say, like, the tax is now 5K. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot, gents.
Yeah.
But when you retire,
Yeah.
do you think like it's gonna benefit you? Like that money that they're taxing you, you think like the unemployment fund and then the retirement fund is gonna like benefit you? It's gonna be a lot. You're gonna retire a rich old man.
I hope so. First of all, I hope so. But we live in a time where money just gets stolen and no one knows where it goes, guys. So I hope. I really hope. Like, I hope that's the case. Yeah.
So the first question is, this questions. Yeah. Ayi buza ntwana. Ayi silungu gone.
So the first question I wanna ask, man, like it's not like you per se line of work, but it's in general. You see, so why as black people we don't lift each other up whether it's a business relationship or a 9 to 5, why don't we like lift each other up? Let me set an example. You a teacher, and then me, I say, nah, that's average. That's an average work. You see, but then you don't. But then you don't realize that you are helping a lot of people to read and write. You see, to apply that knowledge to a child. So why do, as black people, we don't lift each other up? Why do you think that?
Oh, that's deep. First of all, I think we don't lift each other up because we always want to be better than the next person, and that's, I think, a key factor, because if you are better than someone else, you be like, oh, it's fine, you'll get there eventually, and then it seems as if you are like criticizing or looking down on them, and at the end of the day, it's a matter of what do we do to uplift ourselves, because I think it starts with, you have to uplift yourself before you can expect the next person to uplift you, because if you're not going to do that, then nobody is going to want to uplift you. So I think we rather push each other down because we don't see ourselves being lifted up. You see, so I'm going to push you down because nah, you are beneath me. You understand what I'm saying?
Why do you think black people
Eh, what do I
put
think?
each other down?
Baba. I don't know.
You don't know.
Baba. Uthetha isiXhosa andifuni ubona omnye umntu ephumelela ngoba kaloku hayi, it's the same thing. Qha mna ndizayibetha ngesiXhosa yabo. So rather ningayithethi.
It's
Huh?
speak.
It's more like ndizothetha into eyi-one
Yeah.
yabo, ngoba le ndiyithethayo into ayithethileyo qha yena ke ngoku the difference is uyibeke ngesilungu, mna ndizayibeka ngesiXhosa xa ndiyithetha.
Yeah.
Bo.
Okay.
I don't understand Xhosa, but
English.
Basically, you said like the same thing. It's the same thing as you. You see, other people are not. You're not. Let's say you're not used to that certain. You're not used to that certain type of encouragement from other people. So when you tend to bring other people down because you're not used to it. You see. And another thing, it's jealousy, guys. Jealousy. Another thing is jealousy. That's all I can say. It's jealousy, and
But
you have to control your jealousy.
I feel like there are two types of jealousy.
Yeah,
There's the positive one and
a negative one.
yeah.
No, how is it positive? How is jealousy
For
positive?
example, like you are doing a business, well, let's say fish and chips,
Yeah,
but you are only doing it in Coesburg.
yeah.
But I'll be like, no, I will do what you are doing, but I will go to other places.
You'll
and do it.
expand.
Yeah, at least I'm uplifting myself. I'm trying to do more.
Yeah,
Not like I'm looking down on you, but I'm trying to do more.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that person wakes up every morning. They are renting the place.
But
They are putting the food on the table. So you do not have to say it's positive jealousy.
But it's
Yeah.
positive, most.
It-
I see.
Yeah, that's what he said. You guys are trying to compete with each other.
But
You
it's a
see?
healthy competition. I see. I saw your idea.
Yeah,
I took it, then I made it better.
Yeah.
So it's what?
it's
Nah, I'm not
competition.
competing with you. Competition is like if you are.
It's
you are
friendly
making-
competition, you could
It's not
say.
competition. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's friendly competition though. But we hear you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into the second question. So why is corruption considered wrong when you're not part of it, but it's connections when you are part of it?
Well, I'm gaining. I'm gaining something if I'm part of that corruption.
Exactly.
Yabo.
Thanks.
So ke ngoku, if I'm not involved,
It's corruption.
it's corrupt. You are
Wrong, I
corrupt.
agree.
If I'm involved, at least I'm gonna gain something. So it's not corruption.
For me,
for
it's
me,
not
it's not
corruption if I
corruption.
gain. Yeah.
Yabo.
I agree with what he says. Yeah, I don't think You need any more explanation?
There's no more explanation for that. He closed it out.
So when you see,
What with the corruption
yeah,
thing? Yeah. As I grow, I see that. You see, there's certain things. Yeah, there's certain things like nepotism. You see,
Mm,
nepotism is connection.
yeah.
Nepotism is it's also corruption, but it's connection
Mm,
because you could say your mother is inside maybe a municipality, and
she
then
got someone,
exactly,
or a family member, a job
exactly,
or whatever.
and then you get employed
Yeah.
because of her, but you did work hard to get there. You see,
Mm.
but that's connection. You know? So that's how I feel.
I feel like, guys, you are promoting corruption.
We are promoting.
Why?
Corruption.
The problem is we found corruption,
At least,
and we're gonna leave it here.
but you are
You see,
next generation. You
the
have to
problem
do
is
something.
as a young person, né, you have ambitions, you have goals, and you have everything. Né? But those ambitions will not come through if you're not connected. Yabo. And we say this every time. We have to end corruption. When has it ended?
At
When?
least you can make it better. Like if you say,
How?
okay, they are
How?
giving you 500 million to build maybe 10 bridges. At least build 8. Then
You
chow
could.
the rest.
I'm telling you. You see that money. You see, you're not gonna eat it alone. That money. You're gonna have other people that are gonna blackmail you.
Mm.
And
What?
I'm telling you, the department doesn't eat money alone.
But the money is gone, most.
Money is gone. We want the 10 bridges, but the 10 bridges are not going to be there because you have other people that are depending on you. You see? Yeah.
So what's your take on abantu abaqashwa ngenxa yabantu man
Mm.
yeah, yes, like yeah, so siyabona thina thetha isingisi.
Yeah.
What's your take on abantu man abaqashwa just because of abantu ababaziyo?
Yeah. Like they're not qualified
Yeah,
to do
they're
that
not
certain
qualified,
job.
but since umazi la mjita
Mm.
qashwa,
So basically, what he asked, did you hear?
yatolikelwa ndisazi isingisi.
What's my take on people being employed for a certain job when they don't have the qualifications, but
Yeah.
they're still in the job?
Yeah. And
But
they got in the job. They got in the job because of
your
someone
uncle
they
works
know.
there, or you paid someone there.
I think it still goes back to nepotism, yeah, because you got the job because you know someone. You don't even have the qualifications, but you're still there. And nobody is doing like an internal investigation or whatsoever to say, does this person like qualify for this job? No, like a while ago I heard of something. I'm not gonna mention any names or any jobs, but a specific person, they were in a job and it wasn't long and then they got a promotion.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? This person was a clerk and now this person is in a higher position than the other person, the other people in that specific environment. You understand?
Now I'm gonna be sexist. I know people are gonna say can I ask, is it a woman or a child? Now I'm gonna be sexist now. I want the controversy.
Unfortunately, it's a woman.
It's,
we
we
know what
know,
she
we
did.
know.
Unfortunately.
No, we know.
We know what she did.
We know.
We know what she did.
We know what she did. We
So
know.
it's calm. Though.
There's no man who's gonna get a promotion just like that.
And
Just like that.
you just arrived.
You just arrived. You must pay.
Even if it's not in cash. That's life, dog.
That's facts, though. That's facts. Hey, let's jump this topic. Let's jump this topic. So I saw this statistic. Hey, English.
I told you.
That unemployment as the youth shows that we have 66% of young people who are unemployed, and those who have degrees are up to like 17%. Well, in that roundup. So how do you feel about that? like people work hard, they go to school,
Get
they
a degree.
they get a degree, they do their 4 years, 3 years, and then when you get out of school, they say you need experience. How do you feel about that?
This is actually a dope question because people always expect and expect and expect. They're gonna tell you, nah, you have to finish matric for this job, and then you finish matric. Nah, you have to get a degree or diploma. You get the diploma, but it actually has to be a degree. You get the degree. You have to have experience. Okay, you build up the experience. Now you have to have a minimum of such years experience. They always expect and expect and expect, and at the end of the day, it makes us us as youth, it makes us lazy.
Exactly.
We don't want to do like, nah, I did this, they want more. I did that, they want more. It makes us lazy, and at the end of the day, we're like, what ifs, man? I'm not gonna
Go to
do
hell.
anything. Like suck on something or whatever. That's how we feel. Because there was a stage where I was like, yo, I'm not getting like a departmental job. What's happening? What's wrong? It's always substitute or
Yeah.
temporary. And I almost gave up until God blessed me with a job. And so I think that we should allow the youth to just come and see what they are capable of. Because you know what degree I have. You know I have a matric certificate. You know what my marks are, whatever. Perhaps I don't have the experience you expect of me, but allow me to come into the business, for instance, and see what I can do. Because maybe I'm very good with my hands. You see? And that's why we have CVs. But these people, they don't read through our CVs.
Now we have people who are doing the 1-page CV,
Yeah.
because they can see that people are not looking into details when
Exactly.
it comes to their CVs, and people work hard, guys, to make their CVs, and some people don't know how to make CVs.
Siyabenzela sasi.
We
Do
make
those
those
CVs for
CVs.
them.
We make those CVs, and then you're just gonna throw it in the bin because it has a lot of pages.
Yeah.
Guys, you think us as youth, we're not working hard. We're working hard, but we have a lot of walls that you build up as time goes. You see, for me, it's not walls, it's excuses. You have a lot of excuses not to hire us. You see, and then you're gonna call us lazy.
You can't be one-sided.
Like what?
You know, in Coasberg we have a lot of electricians. Then you
Yeah.
go to study for electrical engineering.
Yeah.
At least you know we there's a specific department. Maybe let me say social development. There's shortage of social workers. At least go and study for social work.
There's a lot of people that are social workers
Where
in
Coasberg?
the Northern Cape.
You know the what you call demand. What is it? Just don't just study for the sake of studying, guys.
Yeah.
It's you to blame because you have been studying for teaching. We have a lot of teachers.
Yeah.
Go study for being a what? Nurse. We have a lot of nurses. There are a lot of courses.
Yeah.
Just after doing your degree, you can get a job immediately. Just search before you go to a course, just because for the sake of you wanna go to university.
Okay, so we can go into that. Like, people are not, let's say the youth is not well informed jumping into something. They're not well informed. You see, as me coming out of high school, I didn't know. I had a gap year. I didn't know what to do after that. You see, I studied history. I studied life sciences. Now you don't know where to fall under, which department to fall under.
How many beers do we have in South Africa? You will know. Black Label. When you talk about courses, you don't know anything.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You must be well informed before you come out of
To
school.
be a teacher now, since we have a lot. I always wanted to be a teacher. That's my dream.
Yeah.
That's my dream job. So now get on again.
But your teacher also told you must have 3 options, must.
Yeah.
If you can't be a teacher, be something else. If you can't be that, plan B, at least plan C.
Yeah, like Eldrin. Eldrin said he wanted to be a lawyer. And then he had a plan B to fall under teaching, and it worked. You see. But do you feel like having a plan A and a plan B is like a safety net to fall under the plan B instead of chasing after your actual dream? Do you think like it makes you fall fall a little more on plan B than on plan A?
I think it's actually a very good idea to have a plan B, because look what the government did like a few years ago. They were like, yo, we need teachers, we need teachers, we need teachers.
Yeah.
And like a year, 2 or 3 years ago, what did they do? They started taking away the teaching posts. And what does that mean now for the rest of the youth that are studying education, for instance? Hey, what if I don't get a job? Shucks. Let's say I'm still in my first year or in my second year. At least I can still change my course.
Yeah.
You know, because this was my second option. Let's say the university or the college had space for me. There I have the opportunity now to go into or fall in my safety net, go in another direction, and perhaps get a job like that. So I think it's a good idea. But does it keep you from your dream job? Perhaps. But how willing are you? No, I don't want to put it that way. Are you willing to go after your dream as well? Because I told myself, I'm a teacher now, but do I want to be a teacher for the rest of my life? Because there are still other things that I want to go and do. You see, so I think like go and get yourself a safety net as well. Like get a plan B, plan C, a plan D if you have to. But never give up on your dreams, because giving up on your dreams, it'll just make life unbearable for you, I think.
Exactly. Imagine waking up at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning for
Yeah.
a job you don't even love.
You don't
bruh.
even like it.
Easy. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the plan A and plan B. You see, this is plan A. The plan B is having a basic job.
Yeah.
Let me just say, you see, you want learning cars.
even me, like right now, like
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, and what I also do on the side is I like play music at events. Let's say you're having a wedding, I'll do your sound. I take pictures. Let's say you're having a matric fair, I'll do that on the side, because
Yeah.
you see, it's not about just I want to be a teacher. There are a lot of things I want to reach.
Yeah.
So I'm experimenting. Like I'm trying to feel if this is really what I want to do, because a lot of people, they've even told me like you should actually become an actor because you're good at it. You should become a singer because you're good at it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I
you
say.
can say. You can say. You can say.
Thanks.
You can say.
Yo, but it's winter, dog. Like the winter has us all sick, man.
Rihanna can say what it's winter.
Yeah, but I'm not Rihanna, dog.
So I don't know if it's actually working. Could be. Nah, it's fine. Go back here. It's fine. We'll use one. So we're gonna go into the next question. You see.
Sure.
So this is not what is this? An actual question. About bring the camera here. This is a statement. This is a fucking statement. Well, so guys, you can hate or you can skip when you're scrolling through your social media or but your FYP is still gonna recommend me and my squad. Do you hear me? Still gonna recommend us.
Statements.
Still gonna recommend. You can hate, you can have jealousy, but your algorithm knows us. And your algorithm knows us. So
It's
yeah,
calm, though. It's
we're
calm.
gonna jump into the next question. So me, Slim Ray, and J Pablo, we've been employed before. We have experience and all that. LC. So, do you think it's important to tell people like the youth, because we represent the youth? Do you think it's important to tell them that even though you have a job, like the conditions that you get at a job, do you think like it's important for you to emphasize on that? Because you can have a job and then you have like maybe who's this, a principal who's on your neck every day. You see those type of conditions, like they don't know like the type of work conditions, because me, I worked at Debonair's, and then you get people who are drunk. You get bosses that have millions, and they will treat you like trash and pay you peanuts, work overtime, and do all of those things. Do you think like it's important to tell them that even though you want a job, but there's certain disadvantages that you face at work?
You work with people who speak deep Afrikaans, and when you don't understand Afrikaans. Now,
That
and you
is
also
true.
don't know English. So now,
That is very true, dog. Like
Yeah.
before I started, like in grade 10, like this grade 10, I started to work at Steers. Yeah. So yeah, I was there grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, up until I went to varsity.
Yeah.
Holiday job, what. And
Yeah.
I experienced that. And could you repeat the question again?
Like, do you think it's important to explain to people that even though you have a job, you see, it's not actually like rainbows and sunshine. Like, it's not actually the thing that you imagine. You see me having like money, buying groceries and things, but do you know the type of conditions that I work under? You see,
Yeah, okay.
just because I'm employed doesn't mean that I'm happy. Do you think
And
it's important to tell people that?
that is a very important key factor, because a lot of people, they'll see me, for instance. I'm talking from experience now. They'll be like, let's say I get myself, they'll be like, hey, like buy a cool drink there or whatever, hey, give me a tour in there or buy me a cigarette or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo, I got my salary. They know I got my salary. I can't say I don't have money. It's fine. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then the next person, they're gonna say, yo, like he gave him money. Maybe he's gonna give me as well. People don't know what you go through to get that salary.
Exactly. Yeah.
As you've said, you've worked at Debonair's, I've worked at Steers, and the conditions, they can be quite harsh, because there are people who don't respect you just because they have money.
yeah, fact.
First of all,
Exactly.
you are beneath them, and they'll never respect you just because they have more money than you.
Yeah.
They see, this is not something I'd even let my son do, as a job just for the holidays.
Yeah.
And they undermine us for that. And you don't know the harsh conditions I have to go through in order to put food on my family's table.
Yeah.
There are learners, for instance, in my class who swear at each other. They don't care if there's a teacher. Your massa D, your massa die. They don't care. So now you as a teacher have to deal with it. They'll tell you, I'll clap you, I'll stab you, I'm going to meet you after school. Those type of things, And then these people are like, oh, he got his salary. We're going to drink cold drink today or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not always sunshine and roses or moonshine and roses or whatever. We all, as individuals, we go through harsh conditions at our jobs. A lot of us feel like I feel like, I wish I was still in school, because whatever the hell this is, this adulting thing,
Yeah.
it's difficult, and we don't want to do it, but we do it anyways because we have to provide for our families. And people must also keep in mind that that's the first thing we have to do when we get our salary. We have to provide for our families, because they come first. They're the ones who put us through whatever we went through to get us where we are today. And allow me to, some people don't even wait for you, like for all your debit orders to go off, bruh. First day of salary, yo, bruh, like help me out here, yo. I'd help you, but allow my debit orders to collect first. Allow me to pay my debt first. And a lot of people, they don't allow us that how can I put it, that they don't, let me just say, they don't allow us that. And sometimes I feel it's very disrespectful, because you don't know what I had to go through to get this salary that I have now. Of course, you see, now you just think as you're a teacher, you're better than us. No, it's not that. We all have the same opportunities, and you choose what you want to do. You can choose, I know I'm very bad at this and this and this, but I really want to become this, so I'm going to put in the effort. We have the same opportunities. Ask someone to help you. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Now you
What do you
wanted
think?
to share a six-pack of Corona there while you didn't work hard for this man.
Especially at the taverns.
No, six-pack cigarette.
You don't even know what I
Mm.
went through
Yeah.
to get that type of cash, bruh. You don't even know. You don't even exactly, exactly. So, yeah. Do you have anything to add? You don't have anything to add. Yeah. Cameraman,
No, that's just DST.
do you have anything to add? Yeah.
Cameraman.
Nothing. Me, guys. Don't think that someone is living comfortably because they have a job. Yeah, well, you don't know what they go through on an everyday life basis. You don't know what someone like. You don't even know mentally what's going through. What are they going through? You see. So don't just think you're gonna get freebies up. You're not gonna get freebies up. Go and grind for yourself, but just know that it's not gonna what is this work just like that. Just because you prayed, you think it's gonna work just like that.
And also stop hating.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Everyone was given an opportunity to start. It's your choice that you dropped out.
So, Eldrin, thank you very much for joining us, bruh. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure, man. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your perspective on life, because that's what this platform is all about. You see.
I just want to also say, like, I hope this dream you guys are building now, I hope it reaches heights, man. Like go for it. Don't stop, bro. Like people they're always gonna hate. They're always gonna say bad things. If you're gonna do good, they're gonna make sure there's something bad to say. You see, for instance, what you guys are doing now. They want to become famous. For instance, let's say you're doing nothing. They don't want to do anything. you get what I mean? So people are always gonna have an opinion, but just don't stop pushing. That's all I want to leave you guys with, man. Like thanks, man.
Nah. Thank you very much, Eldrin. Thank you for dropping knowledge. And all I can say is, if they're hating, that means we're doing the right thing. That means we're doing the right thing. See, I've been dropping past the whole episode. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.